Welcome to this live edition of the Hospital Podcast with me, London Elektricity. I'm going to be taking you on a tour of all of the stages at Hospitality in the Park. Kicking off with the Hospitality stage. Bringing their live show to London for the first time. Big treat for you in store with this. This is Finsbury and Grafix, Hurricanes, of course. Effortlessly tearing me apart. Nothing can protect me from your wild love. From your wild love. From your wild love. Fracturing my heart. Effortlessly tearing me apart. Nothing can protect me from your wild love. From your wild love. From your wild love. Nothing can protect me from your wild love. From your wild love. From your wild love. And a massive shout to Instagram user Scars UK, who happened to be at the Longleat balloon flight festival thing that had like about 1 million hot air balloons going up at the weekend, and he spotted our balloon in all its glory and it looks absolutely amazing. And I think this is a portent for the weekend to come. We have got 3 days and 4 sleeps until Hospitality in the Park. The weather forecast is, I don't want to give this the kiss of death, okay? So, actually I'm not even going to tell you what it looks like. But I'm getting a little bit excited. So Josh, our events manager, he won't even look at my phone with the weather app on it. And we'll be coming back to the Hospitality stage in a bit. Meanwhile, let's go for a walk over to Fabric Live. The Fabric Live tent. This is the first Fabric Live ever in a festival. And it's this weekend at Hospitality in the Park. Playing on Fabric Live, of course. Listen, it's Calibre. Featuring, it's Diane, Charlemagne. Pretty much every time I go for a walk near my house, I miss Diane because she used to live around the corner. I used to see her all the time in West Norwood and Tulse Hill. Diane, there are so many tunes at the moment that we need you on, and we never will, but we're very thankful to have tunes like this. This is Bullets, featuring Diane Charlemagne by Calibre. Now I'm slightly gutted not to have been able to go up in the balloon at Longleat. If it was going to happen, I was hoping I'd be able to go up there with Paul to prove to all of you that Paul can fly. Mullet is currently putting his head in his hands. Do you know what I love about you lot? Is how much you like Paul and how much it really annoys Mullet. The fact that not only he knows that I like Paul, but he knows that I like a lot of things that other people don't like. However, he really hates the fact that you, our proud listeners, also like Paul, and I love that because it really annoys Mullet. Now let's go for a little stroll over to the med school warehouse. One of the many acts at the med school warehouse will be Teebee and Calibre going back to back with a massive tribute to the one and only Marcus Intellects. This is Mystical. Time to fly. I've got a list of all the different food you can eat at Hospitality in the Park here, and I'm dying to read it out, but I'm going to wait a little while. Now, if you're wondering what on earth is he talking about when he says med school warehouse, there are some pictures online of the construction of the med school warehouse, and it is sick. I'm hoping to head down there myself on Thursday for a little run around on a buggy. We'll see how it turns out. In which case, I can live stream some construction images. But there is an actual warehouse right in the middle of Finsbury Park. Who else is playing at the warehouse? Well, let's see. We've got Etherwood launching his album. Well, kind of launching his album. It's not out until next year, but he'll give you a really good preview. In A to Z order, we've got Alex Perez back to back with EPROM presenting Shades. We've got Anile. We've got BC back to back with Technomatic. We have got Bob presenting Microfunk featuring Bop and Oak. Something exclusive from them later. Frederick Robinson live, never to be missed. One of my highlights of the last Hospitality in the Park. We've got Keeno, LSB, DRS and Tyler Daly. LTJ Bookham, the legend. Winey, Teebee back to back Calibre. Playing the Marcus Intellects tribute set. Remember, that's one stage. We've got about 7 more. I just got lost for a minute and had a little whitey, and I wandered into a tent. I didn't know where I was, and I've opened my eyes, and suddenly here I am in the deep Medi versus Roots of Jungle Tent. This is Kahn called Illy. Who should you expect to see at the Medi tent? Let's have a look. Okay, you got Marla, obviously. You got Atos live. You got Benny Ill. You got Compa, Jack Sparrow, Khan, this guy, and Neek, Kaiju, Kenny Ken, back-to-back Randall featuring MC Det, a proper jungle history set to get you educated. We've got Remark and Navigator, Silky, Suspiro, back-to-back Spooky, and Killer P, and Swindle. Proper dubstep, pre-EDM vibes. How we like it. Seriously good synth work on this tune. Okay, there's a mighty ruckus coming from a tent over there. Let's head over there now. It's the Invaders stage, and it's new school jump ups. Yes, Total Recall in the house, representing the Invaders stage. This is cold rock stuff. Now, after you spent a little while in the Invaders tent, you're going to be pretty hungry. Now, we totally raised the bar for London festivals, in fact UK festivals, with the food last year at Hospitality in the Park in Finsbury Park. Well, we're taking it to another level. Are you ready? This is the rundown. Is it in A to Z order? Almost. Not quite. Okay, Anna May's mac and cheese. Alright, that's not Annie Mac's May and cheese. It's Anna May's mac and cheese. Don't get confused. Butch's buttermilk chicken, arancini, pizza, which is quite interesting because actually if you do know your Sicilian food, you will know that arancini is actually a rice ball. So hopefully they're selling some arancini as well, because I do love arancini, but their pizzas will be brilliant. Bangkok, See what they did there? They're selling Thai food. Cheeky Italian. Not sure what they sell. Leave that to your imagination. Dosa Deli for the veggies. Is it vegan, Mullet? Yeah, they got vegan food. Okay, great. Le Bun, USA Diner Delights, with a French twist, obviously. The cheese truck, cheese toasted at their finest. Now, I can vouch for the cheese truck because they saved my bacon a couple of times at Glastonbury with amazing cheese toasties after I played. They were wonderful. The Waffle Float, which is the only place for dessert in the entire festival. Sweet waffles like your grandma, if she made waffles, used to make, which most grannies over here don't, to be fair. Chip Chip Hooray. There's a bit of a competition here going with names, like, you know, who can have the kind of the most kind of stupid pun in their name. Earl's Serious Sandwiching. Obviously, that's not a silly name, that's a serious sandwich name. And they are our resident barbecue gurus. You will know Earl's from last time. In fact, you know Earl's from nearly every hospitality we've ever done. Go right back to Studio 338. Pop Dogs. Pop Dogs is London's best hot dogs. And the Village Deli. Now, tell me, if you're raving all day from noon, or even like 11 a.m. whenever you open, why would you not need a Scotch egg? I don't know. Mullet, they probably have vegetarian Scotch eggs as well. Not sure if you can have a vegan Scotch egg. That would be interesting. It would have to be like the egg of something that never lived, coated by something else that never lived. Okay, time for some hippie step now. The mighty Calyx and Teebee Sawn off. We are now in Let It Roll. Let It Roll, as you probably know, and if you don't know, you do know now, is the world's biggest drum and bass festival. It takes place in the Czech Republic, early summer. It's an absolutely amazing event. I played there with the big band live this year and it was absolutely intense. DJ'd as well as part of hospitality. They are coming for the very first time to the UK, to London. And who's going to be on the Let It Roll stage? Well, I will tell you, won't I? It's going to be Audio, Black Sun Empire, Break with SBMC, Calyx and Teebee with LX1, Culture Shock, back-to-back, June Miller. Mullet, I thought June Miller split up about 4 years ago, but they've been playing continuously ever since. Yeah, so maybe they had a little wobble and now they're friends again. Anyway, happy about that. On the Let It Roll stage also is Maddock, Teddy Killers, the Prototypes, the Upbeats, plus Let It Roll residents and organisers and originators Suki, Bifidus, and hosted by Too Shy, LX1, SBMC and Loki. Now obviously I'm going to be doing my best to get around and experience and enjoy some really good music throughout the day, while simultaneously getting extremely nervous and bricking myself before the London Elektricity big band set, because we're playing for 90 minutes and we're playing some new material and I'm nervous but excited. Okay, I like it here too much. I'm going to stay in this tent. I don't want to leave. Culture Shock is on next. Of course, it's Troglodyte VIP on the RAM label. Random access music. I think that's originally why it was called RAM. Now, how are we doing on tickets for Hospitality in the Park? Well, you may be interested to know it's quite a lot bigger than last year. Last year we sold out with 10,000. We've expanded it significantly. And right now, at the last count, I think we had 417 left. That's it. That's all there is. It's Tuesday night. I believe we're on course for selling out the UK's biggest ever drum and bass event. Obviously, I've just kind of like found myself back in the warehouse because Keeno's on. And this is a man who will kind of almost be launching his album at Hospitality in the Park because he's finished it. And it is brilliant. Featuring Fulgoni as one. Keeno's brand new album. It's called All the Shimmering Things and it's available for pre-order tomorrow, Wednesday. So if it's already tomorrow, that means it's available for pre-order right now. Now, last year we had a bit of a riot going on at the kind of hospital and med school merchandise shop. We were cleaned out completely, in a good way, like no one actually robbed us. A couple of people working the bar did, but they got caught. So we've managed to get oceans of new merchandise, and I've seen it in the warehouse just now, ready for this weekend. So we have got a new snapback, especially for the park. We've got 5 new t-shirt designs and 2 new jumpers. This is one of the new t-shirts I'm particularly fond of. And we have also, we've repressed quite a few of our classic designs to make sure they're stocked up in the shop. Now, a man who's just recently released his debut album, Hugh Hardie, will be playing on the hospitality stage. And this is his tune, Light It Up. This is one of those tunes that when you're running a label and you've got artists coming to you and they bring you music to release and you hear a tune and you go, yeah, I really like that one, but you never know that it's going to become a classic. This is one of those tunes. It sounds fresh as a daisy every single time. Big up, Hugh. Another highlight of the hospitality stage will be Mr. Danny Byrd. And Danny has almost finished his next album. Yes, I know, it's been about 5 years. He's been working all that time in the studio. Absolute classic Danny Byrd, but this is vintage classic Danny Byrd, because I'm not allowed to play anything new yet. Danny will be playing new stuff on Saturday. This, of course, is Gold Rush. Featuring, of course, Dan and Phil Brookes. Let's do this. So who is gracing the hospitality stage? Well, happy to say, and it's not just because of my kind of involvement with the hospital, but the London Elektricity Big Band are headlining. Yes! A to Z. Danny Byrd, Finsbury and Grafix live, debut live set in London. They've only done 2 live sets in the whole world in their lives so far. That'll be their 3rd live set. Hugh Hardie, Makoto, Krakota doing a 21 years of hospital set. Matzo, which is MRSA. Matzo is his kind of progressive, housey, trancey name, massive in that scene. MRSA is his drum and bass name, which Sikh music aficionados will be well aware of. He's playing a drum and bass set. Metric, back-to-back TC, New Logic, Spy, Dynamite, Favour, GQ Stamina, and Ronnie Size presenting New Forms.
I knew where I was going as far as my directions, and
which, as you probably should know and probably do know, is one of the biggest drum and bass albums of all time, Mercury Prize winning. Legendary work.
allowed me to find myself.
Now, some information about hospitality in the park. Doors open at 11 a.m. The very last entry is 5 p.m. Okay, please remember these. Don't go out and get really drunk and turn up at 7 p.m. because you probably won't be allowed in. In fact, you won't be allowed in. The day finishes at 10:30 p.m. You have to bring identification, photo ID, okay? Absolutely essential, or else you very well may not get in. And don't bring stuff that you know will get taken off you by the people on the door, because these days security has to be very, very, very tight. So don't bring drinks. Don't bring anything squidgy, because they'll take that off you as well. Like even chewing gum, even unchewed chewing gum. I know. It's just the way it is these days. So just bring your ID, and get ready to have lots of fun. And also, while you're at the festival, don't lose stuff. We've still got a box in the office, and this is absolutely true, that's got loads of wallets in it, and driving licenses, and keys. And we've done our very best to contact people. So, if you do lose something, if it gets handed in, then we'll have it in the hospital office. If you lost something last year, and you've only just remembered, then let us know. We've still got it upstairs. It's like in the office, it's one of those boxes that no one wants under their desk. So we kind of keep putting it under each other's desks. Because, you know what it's like in an office. I got to work this morning and there was a poster of Reese Mogg on my desk, which says, "I'm ready for Reese Mogg." What's going on?
How could you say was only love?
Was that you, Mullet? I'm totally ready for Reese Mogg, but I'm not going to tell you what I'm ready to do to him. I suspect I'm not alone in that. This, of course, is Etherwood. Med School stage, the Med School warehouse that we built specially.
I'd hold on to you in every precious moment made, and every time I'd find the good, I'd find a way. So how do we start when we're laying down? Why do we need to fight for this to work out? Why do we always have to chase the hurricane? 'Cause now there's nowhere else to pass on the blame.
And this, of course, is Revive featuring the Mighty Logistics. It's by Etherwood. and I'm happy to say that Etherwood's third album has been sent off to master for vinyl today. Yes!
I'm not giving up on you. I'm not giving up on us. How could you say it was only love? I'm not giving up on you. I'm not giving up on us.
Little switch up. We are back in Deep Medi with the creator, Marla. This is Miracles.
Sound system has done.
Remixed by Commodo.
Miracles, miracles.
And I wasn't going to do any shouts at all on this. It's very, very special Hospitality in the Park preview podcast, live from the bowels of Hospital Records. Now, if you can hear a strange rumbling, okay, it's not Mullet's tummy, because he is now totally vegan. It does rumble quite a lot in the office. I actually don't know what the rumble is. We have complained to the council many times. Anyway, I'm going off topic. I had an amazing shout in, check this out. It's from Chris, I'm not allowed to say his surname. And it said, Tony, I'm just dropping you a line to say thanks to Hospitality for refunding me for tickets that I'd bought for next week's big one in Finsbury Park. I was so looking forward to it after buying first release tickets. But last Sunday I was told I was being sent to the Caribbean to help with the hurricane relief effort. I'm an RAF Chinook helicopter pilot. And although it's amazing to be given the opportunity to help, I will miss your live band, Ronnie Size, and all the other great acts. I got to Barbados last Wednesday, and now I'm in the Turks and Caicos Islands. I hope everyone has a great time, and I'm sure that you and all the team at Hospital and all of the punters will join me in letting anyone affected by the hurricane know that people are thinking of them. Drum and bass forever. Chris, I salute you, sir. It is great to have you part of our family. I would like to meet you at the next event you come to. And then I'd like a ride in your helicopter. I've never been in a helicopter! Now, we've got a really, really, really nice thing that's going on at Hospitality in the Park on Saturday. We haven't done this before. I don't think anyone's done this before. It's a stage called the Cuckoo's Nest. Now, check this out. So, we are giving you, the audience, the chance to play at Hospitality in the Park. So all you do is check out hospitalitydnb.com/blog. Okay, that tells you all about it. But what you do, you come with your USBs packed with tunes and you step up at the Cuckoo's Nest stage. You bring your mates, you battle other bedroom DJs and be the Cuckoo's Nest champion. Is it that easy, Mullet? You just kind of you just literally rock up with your USBs. Is there like a kind of voting, is there a gong if you're terrible that someone hits? I mean, if you're really terrible, you get thrown off, like physically, literally thrown off by Mullet. And also we have a shine shack. Okay, that's where people can magically make you shine. They can make your aura shine and your personality shine by rolling you in glitter. Little switch again. Heading back to Fabrics now for the Fabrics live stage. It's Chimpo War Tanker. I know the urge is extremely strong to double drop this with War Machine by Rezo. However, I do not have that here. And I haven't yet told you who is going to be involved in the Fabric live stage. Well, let's go. As I said, it's a world first. The first ever Fabric live stage at a festival. The sound is exclusively being put together by Pioneer, so you know how sick it is going to sound. And the lineup is a bit like this. It's my new Leng with Dread MC. Special guest of the night is the return of Clipz. Yes, he is back. I was going to say grandfather of Jump Up, but actually he's probably young enough to be my grandson still, despite all he's been through and all I've been through. So yeah, the return of Clipz, indeed. Big moment. A to Z on Fabric Live. Benton, Calibre and DRS. Chimpo back-to-back Sam Binga featuring Trigger. Mephius, Kazra and Manmast representing the Critical Sound System. Brusco and Skepsis. Now at this stage, before the event actually happens, and before I change my mind, I want to thank everyone who's agreed to play for us at Hospitality in the Park, because it's no mean feat putting something like this together, and we're just really grateful that so many amazing artists have agreed to come and play for us and play for you. So let's get that in now. Now, I'm not DJing at Hospitality in the Park, but I am coming with the big band. If you don't know the big band, here's something brand new, unreleased, never performed in the UK. We recorded this in Slovakia at the Pohoda Festival, and it's Southeastern Dream from the Syncopated City album by the London Elektricity Big Band.
So let's stream away with the next tune we bring. We're going to start smooth and easy right here. And I'm sure we're going to get some nice percussion coming in as well right now. Let's stream away with the next tune. Do this. Who knows this one? Hold up your hands if you know this one. Some of the beats
massive shout out to all my big band people. Steve Pycroft on drums and scoring and arrangements. Jack on percussion, Johnny on keyboards. The Riot Jazz 14-piece horn section. Emma Deneen on vocals. Leanne Carroll on vocals. And at this gig, MC Favour on vocals as well. I was just playing bass. I had the easy bit. Oh yeah, and I'm doing the funny kind of African vocal that comes in a little while with Leanne and Ema. Didn't think it was going to work, but it kind of did. Now we're going to actually be releasing the entire set from the Pahoda Festival, just because the recording came out so well and we played a lot better than we normally do. And I managed to mix it all and it sounds wicked. So we're releasing it in October. And Hospitality in the Park is the last gig in our diary. I do hope that we get the opportunity to play again as a big band. But you have to understand, it's so expensive to put on. With about 24 people included in the whole tour and package. It could be your last chance to ever see it. I can't wait to play this on Saturday. It is such fun to play.
It's the London Elektricity Big Band, baby!
And if you want to know set times, I know, but I can't tell you yet. So we're going to release them to you via email or your Facebook Messenger app or something. So that was London Elektricity Big Band, Southeastern Dream, recorded live at Pahoda. Let's move on. Okay, we've seen the big band, now we're going to go back to Let It Roll for some break. The award-winning, Lifetime Achievement-winning Charlie Break. This is The Rush. And another new feature at the festival this year is going to be the B&O Record Shop. Now, in association with B&O, we are building a dedicated record shop and listening station, and it will be a place for you to go crate digging and vinyl shopping, and also to experience the music like you've heard it never before through the B&O Play headphone range. Now, they gave me a pair, but that's not why I'm telling you they're good. They're actually wicked headphones. I'm very lucky, I get given quite a lot of stuff. Some of it's good, some of it isn't. I only talk about the stuff that's good, and their headphones are really, really good. Let's listen to Break, let's do this, come on. That's what's going to happen. Well, we'll just have that little drop again, shall we? I don't know if you can see this painting on the wall behind me. I've never discussed this in the podcast before. Let me show it to you properly. Okay, now I commissioned that from Monster. Do you remember Monster? He was an artist who kind of came through on Dogs on Acid back in the day. Now you can probably guess by the artists who are on here what year he painted it, because he finished it just before we signed Mr. Bishy. So this is the painting that's behind me. And if you guess who's on it and what year it was painted, then you might get a little prize. Okay, we're back in Fabric now. It's Clipz Die, featuring Ben Westbeech on vocals. Yes, Harry has just walked into the room. It's number one. It's hospitality in the park, baby. This is the preview. This is to whet your appetites. Whether you've got tickets or you've not got tickets, and featuring on the incubator stage. Yes, I've kept that a secret. I've been holding back. You can probably guess from the name exactly kind of what it represents musically. Anyway, the incubator stage features loads of artists, including Lurch. This is Weather Change by Lurch. If you came to the park last year, you will remember the Soul Van. So the incubator stage is kind of like the next progression from the Soul Van. Does that mean it's a soul articulated truck? No? You don't know? Okay. Okay, it's still a van. Alright. It's just changed its name for some reason. So there are loads of up and coming artists and DJs playing on the incubator stage, but I'm not allowed to tell you who's playing on it, which is kind of interesting and fun, you know, because maybe apart from Lurch, they don't even know that they're playing on it either. And anyone who happened to find themselves in the Longleat Safari Park at the weekend might have seen... No, don't laugh. Some people do just find themselves in safari parks. You know, you might not realise you've gone in. You might have had a temporary blackout while someone else was taking you in. You know, you might be mugged and then sort of tied up and left in a ditch in Longleat, hoping that lions were going to eat you. And you might have woken up and freed yourself, looked up into the sky, and you would have seen hundreds of hot air balloons floating in the sunshine, amongst which was the hospitality air balloon. So, if that was you, that's what you saw. And you were very lucky, because I wasn't there. And we do want to have the balloon at the festival. We tried very hard last year. It was a little bit too windy. So if there's a bit of wind blowing up, can everyone turn to face the wind and blow in the opposite direction on Saturday, which will slow the wind down across Finsbury Park, and we might be allowed to fly the balloon. Okay? Okay, Fabric Live is calling me. The headliner from the stage, My New Leng. This is called Set It. Collaboration with Fineart. That sounds like an alias for someone who's really well known, if ever I heard one. Now obviously I'm not asthmatic, I just take this around to every gig with me because it kind of gives me a little bit of extra geek chic. Yeah, if you want to be a real geek, real nerd, you have to have asthma. Okay, it's absolutely, because that means that you've got off sports when you're at school. So you have to, okay? I would quite like a gold plated one of these actually. This is what we in the production business call a nipple twiddler. Ow. I don't think my nipples have seen that much action in about 30 years. Okay, and I'm definitely extremely hungry now for some more jump up. I need it badly. So let's head over to Invaders for the man of the moment, Serum. This is black metal. Shout out to Mark Gorn, aka Serum. Shout out to Voltage, to Blade Runner, to Injure and the whole crew. The lineup is ridiculous on the Invaders stage. Check this out. Okay, Gov. From A to Z, we've got Blackley and Premium, Kings of the Rollers, which is Voltage, Serum, Blade Runner and Injure, Mackie G, Molly Collins, R3DX, The Time is TNA, and Total Recall. And TNA are doing a Dominator tribute set. Dom, who sadly passed away this year. It's been a difficult year for drum and bass. We've lost a few. Let's party. That one sound is filled with pathos. It's like a skull in a Shakespeare play. It's absolutely amazing. It says so much in one note. Oh. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have no soul. Earlier I played a deep medi tune by Kahn, and I have just learned a very important fact. Kahn's dad was in With Nail and I. If you know the film, he actually played I, according to my lip. There you go. huge, majestic, forward-thinking jump up from Serum. Okay, now, this next tune asks the question. I'll ask you the question in a minute. This is brand new, exclusive for this podcast. It's by the Microfunk crew, aka Bop and Oak, who are appearing on the Med School Warehouse. And it's called, interestingly, Crabs. Mullet, do you happen to know if is crabs a problem in Russia at the moment? Or is it nothing to do with that? Is it just the way my mind works? Okay. It's actually quite emotional, considering it's called Crabs. And we are rapidly approaching the final tune of my little journey through Hospitality in the Park 2017. So before I play the last tune, I just want to say I am looking forward to seeing each and every one of you, if you can make it, at Hospitality in the Park. We know there's more than 12,000 people coming. So yeah, I don't need to say just stay safe and stuff like that, because I know that last year everyone stayed safe. There was no trouble. So I look forward to kind of like catching you out and about, and I hope you can come to see the live set as well on the main stage. Let's finish Deep Medi, Swindle, Summer Fruits. If Swindle plays this at Hospitality in the Park, and I sincerely hope they will, Get your lighters ready.